What is up, YouTube people? Eric here with Team Badman, giving you guys a channel update for what we've got going on right now and onwards into the future, as well as a couple of tweaks that are going to be made to the channel, some of the content that we produce, and some of the avenues in which we produce things. So before I start, it's been really kind of busy around here as of late, being the sole, content editor and content creator almost. It's really kind of busy and really kind of difficult to record everything and get it all out and taken care of in as much time as I really want to, especially with, full-time 40-hour-a-week job. So things have been a little bit slow sometimes. I'm sure you guys noticed there have been certain series that haven't updated quite on time, particularly the Dragon Ball Z Team Training series that we've done. And I kind of want to apologize for that. It certainly is difficult being a full-time content creator like that, as well as having a full-time job. It is really difficult, but that is no excuse for me to not have everything out to you guys on time. Even if it's just something short, something kind of sweet to get to you guys, it's something that I should have out, and it's something that I'm definitely going to try and work better on in the future. But since I mentioned Dragon Ball Z Team Training, that will be back starting this Monday, which is going to be tomorrow. So I will get to that later on in the channel update, but that's just a heads up for you guys. But also, I'm just blown away by how supportive some of you guys really are for the content that we've been putting out. The Team Training playthrough's gotten a lot more views on it, and a lot better reception than I ever expected it to, which has been nothing short of amazing. I really enjoyed putting this out, and I just kind of want to do something a little bit different for the channel, something that gets away from, the stereotype of the card game that we had set up until that point. And you guys have been really, really receptive to it. You guys have, commented, and we've gotten comments about how much you guys enjoy it. If we ever need help, contact you guys about it. And to continue doing the series. So to all of you guys who viewed it, who've liked it, commented it, enjoyed it, thank all of you guys so much. You guys are part of the reason why I do this, why all of us just produce content in the way that we do, and I really hope you guys continue to enjoy it into the future. So, before we get to all the future stuff, where are we standing at now on the channel? Well, earlier this month we broke just past 300 subscribers, which is absolutely excellent. Considering that we've been around less than a year, that's absolutely blown me away. That, I never expected this to kind of take off in the way that it did. So all of you guys who are subscribers, you guys are, excuse me, I'm sorry, I have hiccups. Oh, you guys are absolutely fantastic, and I couldn't do this without you guys, no doubt. But I'm going to look and continue to build that. 250 was a really big milestone for us, and the next big milestone, of course, is going to be 500 subscribers. And I feel like we're really not that far off, especially with some of the content that's going to be delivered in the future. So if you guys haven't already and are checking this out, please be sure to click that subscribe button down below. We would absolutely love to break past that 500 point and hopefully get larger and larger into the future. I want this to be a really big thing. It's something that I would love to invest a lot of my time, if not all of my time, into. So I can't do that without you guys. So if you haven't, please be sure to subscribe so you guys can follow everything that we've got. I would absolutely love it. Oh man, you have to excuse me. My nose is a little bit itchy here. Oh, there we go. But anyway, we've got, a bunch of content that has really kind of come out recently. We've had a couple of table talks that have gone over really well. We've had some stuff discussing the pricing of cards and the value of cards. There's going to be a new table talk coming up here really soon about a topic that I've seen a whole lot on the forums. I really don't want to disclose too much at the moment because I don't want to spoil anything, but I think it'll be a pretty good one, and those of you guys who are card game fans will receive it really well. So be sure to keep an eye out for that one. Speaking of the card game, I've been really kind of behind on matched content lately, and that's a little bit of an issue with us here. It's really hard, especially at the end of the school year for Alex and with the work schedule of Jonathan and whatnot, for us to actually get live match recordings. It's really kind of difficult for us to coordinate everything all together, especially with my editing schedule and my streaming schedule and all of our jobs scheduling us the way that they differently do. But I do have some matches that I took at the ARG event down in Kentucky last weekend, and I'm kind of editing one of those together, so it should hopefully be out sometime this week. I had hoped to have it out by Saturday, but some of the issues with the recordings and some issues with the actual content of the matches kind of made it a little bit more difficult, especially with how things have been going on capturing other content. So I'm going to try and get that out some point this week. There's some great matches, and I really hope you guys will enjoy them. As well as some other matches I'm hoping to get out there in the future. There's a couple of other series I've really been wanting to do. So I'm hoping to get that out sometime soon, especially as we start to make our way into Vengeance, which is going to be coming out at the very beginning of July. So that's basically it for a lot of the card game content right now. All of our other series have been going pretty strong as well. We started this past week the Dragon Ball Z Sagas playthrough, which if you guys haven't seen, I will include a link to that down below for the playlist. We are 3 episodes in. We've just beaten Vegeta, Berter, and Jace, and it's a little bit difficult of a game to play. Sometimes it doesn't always control right, or sometimes the mechanics aren't particularly great, and sometimes it's just really frustrating. I'm sure you guys have played games like that. But we're going to keep trucking through. I have all of the episodes completely recorded through the end of the series, and I'm editing them up while I'm not shooting this video or shooting other videos. So that's still going to come out on a Monday, Wednesday, Saturday schedule. And the last episode is hopefully going to drop, in just a couple of weeks here, so you guys will have the whole rest of the series to look through. There's some really good stuff coming up, so I really hope you guys get into that. It hasn't gotten as many views as the Team Training series, but of course that caters to some very different audiences. And I'm just trying to make the best of it, so I really hope you guys check it out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, since I mentioned it, Team Training will be back tomorrow. I told you guys this earlier in the video, but I spent Friday night and early Saturday morning capturing a bunch more footage for the Team Training videos. There's going to be another set of episodes coming up here really soon. There's some great stuff coming up, some new captures, some really fun fights and whatnot, some cool stuff. So that will be back tomorrow, and you guys will definitely have that to look forward to. If there are any of you guys out there who haven't seen the Team Training playthrough, I'll also put a link to that playlist down below. It's actually been really well received right now. It's gone off a lot better than I expected, so once again, thank you guys for that. You guys are absolutely fantastic. So, that's everything for the present right now, but where does that leave us for the future? Well, I'm really not sure. I'm going to continue making as much content as I possibly can. Team Training is going to continue being a Monday, Friday kind of thing, and I'm really hoping to keep trucking with that, so you guys really keep viewing it. And this one's probably going to last for a little while, because we're not only playing Fire Red, which has all the extra added content into it between the 7th and 8th badges, but we're also going to do the post-game content, because there's plenty of stuff that was kind of tweaked up in the post-game for the Team Training playthrough. There's a patch that was added, which includes Golden Frieza, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, Whis, and whatnot. So I really want to check all that out and see what we can find about it. So it'll probably be a pretty long series, and I'm really excited to get those recorded. So that's going to be pretty long running. After the Sagas playthrough finishes as well, I'm hopefully going to try and pick into some other Dragon Ball Z based games, because I'm trying to make the channel as diverse as I possibly can. We started as a card game channel, and of course there's still going to be card game content, but I also want to spread out to reach as many audiences as possible. And that's actually, I think, going to be pretty easy in the near future with all of the games that have been coming out. There's Hyper Dragon Ball Z, which is a Mugen mod that I'm going to try and poke into a little bit. It's an absolutely fantastic game. There are a bunch of games for the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 that are worth checking out, even if they're terrible. Some of them, like Final Bout and Ultimate Battle 22, as bad as they are, they're always worth playing and having a little bit of fun with them. Plus, Xenoverse 2 is going to be coming out here in a little while, so we're definitely going to be playing through Xenoverse 2. You guys will have that to look forward to. And speaking of, sometime in the future, a while back, Alex and I did record some one-on-one matches between he and I for the original Xenoverse. So I'm going to try and edit those up and get those up on the channel to you guys. There's some really cool matches. I included a couple of really short clips of them in the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 trailer look, which if you haven't seen, I'll put also a link to that down below. Man, I'm just going to be linking everything down below, ain't I? But that's going to be down there, and hopefully I'll be getting that out fairly soon here. It's something I'm really looking forward to. The content was great, and I'm hoping you guys will definitely enjoy that. Speaking of the card game, there's going to be a bunch more card game stuff coming out in the future, especially considering that there's the release of Vengeance, like I mentioned at the very start of July. So we're going to take a look at some of the new cards as they come out. We're gonna, do some more deck builds, which I've been slowly kind of piecing together over the past few months. I know we haven't had them out much. Those are gonna come out. Hopefully we're gonna be recording some more bad ideas as well, which is just gonna be, terrible decks that you wouldn't really take seriously, but are actually kind of entertaining and fun to play. So hopefully Alex will still be hosting that as well. And we're just gonna try and get more matches up, more content out there that great for you guys. There's still a lot of stuff that you guys have really received well. Some of the Cell matches have been really big. The Cell versus Black 20 match is absolutely fantastic. You guys have loved that. So that is all below. We're also gonna try and actually get together some more OTK videos. Kind of started on April 1st when I did a one-turn kill by accident with Saiyan Trunks over Alex's Black Wheelo deck. But we realized after we looked at it, there are a bunch more decks that can really pull off one-turn kills. So we're going to see how many of those decks we can find and actually effectively pull off. So that may actually end up being a series. You guys may just see a whole bunch of OTK videos, which are going to be really short, really sweet, and really kind of entertaining. So hopefully that'll be a thing in the future. Also, I am planning to get new types of content out there. We've got the video games, we've got the cards, we've got discussions and whatnot. But one thing we haven't touched on yet is the anime. There is tons and tons of content to pull out of the anime. So if you guys have seen channels like Dragon Ball Nation and whatnot, they're always asking questions about the anime, especially Super right now. But there's stuff that you can still find in Z and in GT that can really make for some interesting videos. I've got a couple of those that I'm piecing together right now, and I'm gonna try and do that on a much more regular basis. Get anime-based videos out there so that we can reach as many of you guys as possible. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of questions that you find in the forums. Who would win in this fight? X or Y or whatever. And I'm actually very interested in taking a look at those and seeing if we can actually come with some kind of a definitive answer. So that's going to be some of the content of the videos. Some of the best moments, some of the worst moments, some of the worst villains and whatnot. Just a lot of videos like that are going to be what we're trying to get out here in the near future. So be sure to keep an eye out for those, and I will be sure to push those, pretty hard to some of you guys in the community, because I think there's going to be some really cool stuff that you guys can find out of them. So if you guys also have any recommendations for those, anything you'd like to see, be sure to leave it down in the comments section, or you guys can message us, on Twitter or whatever. So just be sure to give us some extra ideas. We would love to have them. Lastly, for the future content, I wanted to address some of the music that we've done. There are a couple of music videos we found that were put up on the channel, and actually our currently most popular video happens to be one of those music videos. I did a cover of Rock the Dragon a while back for the Dragon Ball Z 2015 Worlds Tournament for the card game. So I will once again include a link to that down below, and it's gone over really well. You guys have loved it. It's gotten a lot bigger than I ever expected it to, and it's really encouraged me to kind of do some more music here. But I also love doing original music, original compositions and whatnot, and there's gonna be some of those coming up in the future as well. I've got a few different songs already all finished up, and I just need to record them and edit them, do the post-production and whatnot. And those will be coming out here really soon, because I want some of those releases to coincide with the card game release of Vengeance. So there's gonna be some themed stuff there. This is just some really cool sounding stuff. So if you guys are heavy metal fans, progressive gent fans and whatnot, it definitely kind of caters to you guys there. So You guys will be sure to see a lot of that in the really near future here, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Oh man, oh, my nose is itchy here. Oh man, that's bad. And lastly, I wanted to address some of the avenues and media through which we produce a lot of our content. Of course, the core of it is coming through YouTube and whatnot, and of course it's shared through Facebook and Reddit and Twitter and whatnot. And that's where, of course, a lot of the bulk is going to go. You know, I love recording these videos, I love editing them. It's something I just really enjoy doing, especially since you guys receive them so well. So I'm gonna try and produce just, you know, the bulk of the content for YouTube. It's gonna be a lot of videos, some of them, you know, longer, some of them shorter. And it's just gonna depend on the content, but I'm gonna try and do a lot of very Dragon Ball Z focused content, specifically for the YouTube channel. Now it's, you know, gonna kind of differ sometimes. Of course, we've got our other episodes of Team Badman Plays, which if you guys haven't seen those as well, of course I'll include a link down below. Oh man. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna include a link to that down below because there's some entertaining stuff there. The last one that we did was for Star Wars Day, which was a playthrough of the original Star Wars Battlefront. That went over pretty well. But we do have another one coming up here in the future. I'm doing a special one with my dad for Father's Day. So you guys will be sure to check that one out. That, of course, will be coming out on Father's Day. And it's something that I just really want to do for a long time. You know, he's the one who introduced me to video games, who got me on the whole kick. So, you know, I'd love to get him featured on the channel, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, yeah, that's going to be on there. And, you know, some other fun side content, but I want the channel to stay mostly Dragon Ball Z centric. And that leaves our other avenue, which is Twitch. Now, Twitch, you know, we've done plenty of live streaming stuff. You know, we try and live stream the card games frequently as we possibly can. We've done, you know, some other streams, done some Dragon Ball Z related games. Those ones didn't seem to go over so well. But the thing I've found with Twitch is that for card games and whatnot, it's not really a particularly great avenue for them. It just doesn't hold up quite as well as, you know, I'd really hoped when it comes to actually getting the content out there and just really getting it to come across in the way that a card game should. Particularly since we have to use our primary medium called Octagon for it, which really doesn't have a very great user interface. It's a little bit more difficult to work with. And you always have to get people online for it. It's not quite as convenient as actually playing in person. You don't get the nuances. So, I don't know. I may just end up not really even streaming the card game on there unless it's a live event. Because it's just really hard to get rolling right. So that may still be a thing into the future. But the big idea that I wanted to get across with Twitch is that we're going to start doing some Twitch-specific series on the channel as part of, you know, a live stream kind of setting. So we may stream, you know, 2 or 3 days a week or whatever, and we're just going to play, you know, one specific game for a series, and it's going to be only on Twitch. It won't be uploaded to YouTube, it won't be shared on any other media, but you'll only be able to find it on Twitch. Because I know there are some games we've been wanting to do, and they're a little bit harder to fit into the theme of the channel and whatnot. You know, Overwatch is coming out on Tuesday, and I would love to play some Overwatch for you guys. I've wanted to do Kingdom Hearts, you know, that's been recommended to me. Persona's been recommended to me. There are just a lot of games I want to do, and I feel like it'd be a really hard fit to get them into the channel. So I figure if we do them as a more live stream dedicated kind of setting, that way, you know, we can get them across and get out to a lot of you different audiences out there without feeling like we're changing the core nature of the channel. So that's a big plan. I really want to do that and stream out some other games. Maybe make the Twitch channel specifically for video games. It's kind of a dangerous possibility, especially considering, you know, we're so themed around the card game channel. But I've said so many times I'm going to continue to that I want to stretch out as far as I possibly can to get to as wide of an audience as possible. And this is probably going to be the best way to do it. So, you know, we're going to try and live stream those series and whatnot. And I should offer a disclaimer on that. With the channel, I try and keep it at least relatively clean as possible with the content. You know, I don't like swearing, I don't like racial slurs and whatnot, because, you know, I try and keep it a little bit more family friendly on the channel, just in case you've got a younger kid who's really into it, and, you know, you don't want to hear him sling the F word everywhere and whatnot. But when it comes to Twitch, it's I'm gonna say it's actually no holds barred in this case, because, you know, it's very inclined for myself and for Eddie, for Alex and for Jonathan and all of the other guys to, you know, kind of have an occasional slip of the tongue and, you know, throw out a few dozen cuss words or whatnot. So when it comes to the live streaming thing, I'm not really gonna impose a limit on that, so it will be a little bit more open-ended in that regard. It may even get a little bit more of a mature audience's tag and whatnot, just because I don't want to feel like if I'm live streaming and accidentally let something slip that, you know, I kind of have to impose that on myself, because I won't lie to you guys, it's actually really kind of difficult when I'm recording content to not swear at points, because I naturally do it. I just have a horrible, you know, say the great potty mouth, as I'm sure some of you would call it, and, you know, it's just really easy for me to off the cuff it and just, you know, just drop cuss words everywhere. So for the Twitch channel, it's going to be a lot of that. We're going to do some different games, try and pull in as many of you guys as possible. We don't have quite the subscriber count that I was hoping for, so if you guys are fans of us and you guys haven't found us on Twitch, please be sure to go do that and go give us a favorite, give us a like, follow, whatever you want to call it. We would love to have as many of you guys there as possible. Oh, would you look at that? I've got an extra Twitter notification. Anyway, so that's going to be kind of the crux of that. You know, new content for Twitch, new content for YouTube. Just a lot of stuff that we've got going on. And again, I apologize that it's been, you know, just so busy here and I don't always get the content out in time. It's really kind of difficult for me to do sometimes, but, you know, I'm making it work the best that I can. I'm only a human being and I've only got 24 hours in a day to work. So I hope you guys are still cool with that, and I hope you guys still continue to enjoy the content. So that's pretty much going to be it for this update. I just want to let you guys know what was going on some of the plans that we've got for the future. So if you guys you know, have any recommendations, or if you guys are really into anything, be sure to let me know down in the comment section. That would help out a lot, because like I've said many times and I've asked many times, you know, I do this for you guys. I love you guys are fantastic, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So you know, I want to make sure that the content is what you guys are looking for. So if you got any recommendations, leave those down below, and I would love to hear anything that you guys have to say. So I believe that's going to do it for this update. I am all set to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will have new content out tomorrow, new team training, new sagas, plenty of new stuff as we make our way into the rest of the year. So thank all of you guys so much for everything that you guys have done, for all you subscribers, for all the likes, the comments, the feedback. You guys are the best. So I'm going to go on ahead and get the heck out of here. This is Eric with Team Badman signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like always, stay bad. See you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much.